Hello everyone. This is the continuation video of the project how to create a new model. So this is the third video. If you land into this video, you need to visit or view the video of part 1, part 2 of create a new model, because in this create a new model we have done how to create a new workspace in the second part. So this is the continuation of the new workspace. So in this exercise, what we are going to see, this is the previous exercise what we done, finished. In this exercise, we are going to show how to add a tile in the summary tile section, which we have done in the previous session. The same thing, we are going to show another exercise of how to add a list in the tabbed list section. So I will show you how where it is. We have created a training management workspace in the previous session. In this session, we have added the tab, summary tab, analytics tabs. Under that summary tab, we added another tab page, one is summary, link, training, and link. So here we are going to make summary as a tile and training list. So this is what we are going to do now here. So for that, we'll start this first one exercise. So here we'll create a new form. Okay. So we have the project, existing project. Right click on the project, click add and new item. In the user interface, select the form. The form name, type MB training format form path and click add button. So under the forms folder, you can see under the forms folder, we already have the form called workspace. The last exercise, last video we created, it's called the video name is create a custom workspace part 2. So here we are creating the another form. In this form, open the form in the designer. Okay, it's open already. So now here, what we are going to do is we are going to add a tile, right? Okay. In the application explorer here, select the table name called course table in the data model. Expand the data model table. Under the table, you can select. It will take time. It will take some time to load. HRM course table. Okay. This course table, you drag it and drop it in the data source. Click and drag it and drop it in the data source. Okay. Now, so this form has the data source of the existing table, right? Now change the properties of this table. Insert if empty, change to property no. Okay. It means the yes value in the insert if empty property of data source, make sure if the table does not have any record, the system will create a blank record when the page is open. So the workspace is like for display only. we do not need any to create a record in the workspace, right? So the value of the property is set to no. So this will ensure if the table does not have any data, the system will not create a blank record to display on the page. Okay, now select the design node, right click, and we need to apply the pattern. Apply pattern. It's a form path section list. Here it is. Okay, so under the design node, right click and insert grid. And the grid, make it as a name also grid. Okay, now in the grid, what are the information you want to show? So grid is kind of a row and column, right? So row and column means we need to have a value. Where you will get it? From the table. So already we have a table, right? Expand this one, expand the field. So drag it down to the grid, which are the information you want to show. So one is HRM course ID. Select it, select the field and drag it and drop it in the grid. Okay, and then course type. So you understand that one, we are showing the data in the grid format. So we need the field to show course type. Next one is description. Then start time, start date time, and end date time. You can find it as per the alphabet. Okay, now click save. Now we create a display menu item. Go to Solution Explorer, right click the project, add a new item, user interface, display menu item. Click add button. Okay, now this in the display menu item, what it's action, right? What it will show? It will show the page form, right? Always the display menu item will show the form. Just keep it remember. Same thing we done here, right? This MB training management is a display menu item. Which one will link the form? Which form will link? We link the MB training workspace form. Same like that for MB training form part will be linked to the display menu item. So whenever you create a display menu item, make sure you have linked any control or not. Otherwise, once you clicked, it will not show any object. Go to the properties, an object type is a form. There is another type also there. So it's executable type, class or code or report. So object will be the which one we created, MB training form format. Form format. I hope you understand. Click save. Now we will modify the form. Go to Solution Explorer. We'll a little bit modify the MB workspace training form. Workspace form. Okay. Double click it. Now navigate to the design. In the design, under the design training workspace tab, just collapse it and expand it. So summary tab page, under the summary tab page, panorama body, under that go to the tabbed list, because we are going to add the list, right? Okay, so in under the tabbed list section tab page, insert a new tab, right click, new tab, name it tab list. So under the tab list, insert a new tab page and rename it to training. And change the caption to training. Now under the tab page training, insert a new form path. Right click, new form path. Okay, rename it and type it training form. Okay, go to the properties, menu item reference, go to the menu item reference. The menu item name will be training form path. Run mode, make it local. Okay, now click save all. Now we are going to test. Right click the project, click build. So it's building now. In the meantime, we'll add the steps. Task 2, what we have done, create a new display menu item, right? The third one is modifying the, yes, we modify the form and we added the tab list, tab form part. So last one is testing. We are building now. We're going to test. We'll see if it is done. I think build is validation building started, completed. So okay, refresh it. So here in the training, we don't have anything, right? So we should see the training tab page, which will display all the courses. It has been refreshed now. So we'll see now the training tab. See this one under the training tab, we have a training list and the course has been listed here. So now we have been added a list in the tabbed list section. This is the tabbed list section and we added the list of information. So now we're going to add a tile in the summary tile section where it is here. Here we are going to add a tile now. We'll see how we can do it. So for that, you have steps to do, same like that. First one is create a new form. Okay. Second one is to create a new display menu item. Third, same thing, we'll modify the form MB training workspace. Fourth one, we'll do the test. Same pattern because we are doing here tabbed. Here we are going doing as a tile. So minimize it. So first we need to create a this one for tile we need to change as a query, not the form. Okay. So here in the Visual Studio, right click the project, add a new item, data model. In the data model, select query because in the tile section we will show you the number, right? Like count, like number of courses, number of locations, number of like attendees. So change the name MB training, open, click add. So the new folder will appear with the simple queries in the project. You can notice down here simple queries. It's open now. So open the MB training new query in the element designer. So now the query means what? The query means filtering the data, querying the data, filtering the data from the database, right? So we need to have a data source, right? For querying. Same thing what we done for the tab list, we need to have a data source to display the list in the previous session. So now same thing we'll do. Go to the application explorer, select the table, HRM course table and drag it drop on the data source node. So now go to the properties and change the dynamic field type to yes. Okay. Now expand the data source. Now the field, expand the ranges. Here we can, range means like you will filter it, but up to which range. So we'll create a new field. So which what is the range we are going to select? We'll add the field status to the range. Select it and drop it here. So change the value, property, status is open. So here we are adding the value to open. So what it means, we we are going to filter by the field name status, and the status should be open. So what are the open course will be displayed in the tile. Save it all. Now create a display menu item. Go to the solution folder. So now create a display menu. Right click the project. Add a new item. Display menu item under the user interface. Name it. I think we added already, right? MB training underscore open. No, it's a query only we did. So we need to add a display menu item. New item. User interface. Display menu item. Make it at MB training open same. Select add button. Now it's created. Display menu item. MB training is created. Already I told you before, you have to link the form, okay, to the display menu item, right? Now change the properties of this display menu item. Label open trainings. Hope we created before. Yes. Select the label, paste label, and then form view option field. Here, make it to header, no, grid. Then object, see this form, we are linking the form. Which form we are going to link? Course table. Then query, MB open, training, MB training open. Then subscriber level, make it unset. Okay. Click save. Now the third exercise will be create a new tile. And then fourth one will be the modify the form. Okay, now we'll create a new tile. Open the Visual Studio, go to the Solution Explorer, right click the project, add new item. Under the user interface, select tile. Tile will be type MB open training tile and click add. So the tile folder will be open now. See, MB open training tile. Double click to open in the element designer. And as usual, change the property of the tile. Label here. Click the label open training. I think open trainings because we make exact match. Okay, insert it and menu item type display menu item name MB training open. Type standard, not standard, we need to have a count. Save it all. Now the fourth task is modify the form MB training workspace. Go to the Solution Explorer, open the form MB training, double click, it will open in the element designer. Here navigate to the training workspace tab. Okay, under the training workspace tab, under the summary, okay, the panorama body, then summary tile section. So in the time summary tile section, insert a tile, new tile button, new tile button. Okay, so the tile button, rename it to MB open training file. Then go to the properties, tile, choose MB open training. Okay, now the final thing is you're going to test. So now we have to build the project. Go to the Solution Explorer, right click the project and click build. Now the build is happening. We'll wait for it. It's look like the build is completed. We'll open the dynamics page. We'll refresh it. Refresh the F&O page. I hope it's not timed out. Now the page has been loaded. We will go and click the training management tile. Okay, here is the training management tile. We'll click it. So what we have done is, yes, it's showing here. See this one? Under the summary tab, the open trainings are showing here, right? I just click the open trainings. It's processing now. Now its page has been opened. All the open status course has been showing here. So this is the way what we done now. Just I'll go back to the tile. The VM is slow. Yeah, now see the query has been generated. There is a 5 open trainings are there. We have done the tab list also. We have done the link also, how to make it link, and we have done the summary tile also. I hope you understand.